Hello and welcome back to Friday Minis. Today, let's talk about animation. In particular, let's focus on an animation concept called easing. Now, of course, we have to start at the basics to get there, so let's first try to understand the concept of interpolation. Now, in many animation packages, you can say, well, at this particular time, I have an object here. Now, at a later point of time, I want the object to be somewhere else. When you set both these positions as keyframes, the animation package will smoothly move the object from one point to another, throughout time. This is the concept of interpolation, and simply put, you're just filling in the frames in between a start and an end point. Of course, the simplest way to do this would be to do it linearly. What this means is, well, we just look at how many in-between frames we want, divide up the area equally, and for every frame, just advance it by the same amount. In fact, for the animation we've seen just now, a linear interpolation looks something like this. So it looks alright, it's like any old animation. Except, in certain contexts, this may appear unrealistic. And here's why. Normally when we have an object, it needs to start moving and stop moving, and throughout this duration, the speed is actually not constant. And the reason for that is, realistically, if we want to move an object from one point to another, and it starts off at rest and it's supposed to end at rest, then the speed needs to increase gradually from 0, and as it reaches its endpoint, the speed must decrease gradually back to 0. So we need to somehow encompass the effect of acceleration and deceleration. That is where the concept of easing comes in. Essentially, we want to ease into the movement and ease out of the movement. So there needs to be an acceleration and deceleration. For the animation we've seen just now, this is what it looks like with easing. Notice how it feels a little bit more realistic since it gains speed slowly and loses speed slowly. It doesn't just, snap into a particular speed and go at that constant speed. Mathematically, the way this is done within your animation package is to actually define the motion in terms of a curve and not in terms of a straight line. The latter, of course, is linear, and that is how you get a constant velocity. By using some kind of a curve, for example, in the case of Blender, it uses a Bezier curve, well, you can better model the concept of acceleration and deceleration. If you're interested to learn about Bezier curves, I have already done a video about that, so you can click the annotation on screen and that will take you there. But that, in a nutshell, is the concept behind easing. Well, that's all there is for this episode of Friday Minis. I hope you learned something today, but until next time, you're watching 0612 TV. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, consider checking out the rest of my work on my channel. Alternatively, you may be interested in a playlist of all the other episodes of Friday Minis. If you'd like to show me some monetary support, I am on Patreon. You can find a link to my campaign in the video description. Of course, you can simply like this video or leave a comment. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I can. To keep in touch with my future uploads, do subscribe to this channel. And for even more updates, check out the official Twitter account for this channel at 0612TV. Thank you for your support.